Hey, what's up, friends? It's Moses here with Driver Success. I hope you guys are doing well. For those of you that are already in business, I was just looking at trade lines, and you know that right now we are in a time where things have kind of changed and they are kind of disrupting and disorganizing some people. And this is a time where you really have to pay attention to your numbers, right? Because in the past, people, have been maybe used to making all this money where the rate per mile has been high. And so people have been enjoying that kind of, those kind of rates in the past years where they've been like it's been a really good market. But now it's time to really pay attention, because if you don't pay attention to your numbers, it can sink your business, and you don't want that to happen. So remember, in business, what we are trying to balance is the revenue and then also the cost of doing business, right? And so you want as much as possible to have those costs down while the revenue is high. So the revenue has to be higher than your cost. That's what you are always trying to balance, because if your revenue is higher than your cost, then you are profiting. But when those costs get higher than your revenue, then you are not seeing any profit. So paying attention to those numbers is very important. But the thing to be careful about is, as you pay attention to those numbers, right, where you are trying to bring down the cost while increasing the revenue, you have to be careful to make sure that you know what areas to focus on bringing down the cost, because you don't want to neglect or just cut cost on some of the things that would probably benefit you in bringing revenue. A good example that I can use, say for example, in your quest to bring down the cost, you have, maybe you look at your truck, right? You are an owner operator, and you know that maintenance, you need to maintain, maybe to take in that truck into the shop for maintenance. But because you are trying to bring down costs, you neglect that issue, and you say, you know what, I'll handle it next week, or I will handle it next month. What you are doing is you are focusing on the wrong thing, because by trying to eliminate that cost, because you are thinking, oh, like, I want to save money, so I'm gonna wait to get that repair done or to maintain that issue, you are focusing on an area that has to do with bringing in revenue, right? Because if you neglect that maintenance issue, then in the long run, it may end up hurting you rather than helping you, because that truck helps you to bring in revenue. So if you neglect that maintenance issue, and then it gets worse, it may end up causing more repair needs, and in the long run, that truck may end up costing you more in maintenance or in repair than it could have done. So in trying to figure out how to reduce the cost, you have to be careful to make sure that you are paying attention to where you are cutting those costs. For example, if you are somebody that has maybe a driver working under you, a driver or two or whatever, a small fleet of drivers, you also want to pay attention to those drivers, because you want to make sure that they are well taken care of. You can't be trying to short circuit them or trying to neglect their pay or their needs, because they are directly tied to your bringing in revenue. So it's important to know what areas to focus on when you are cutting costs, so that you don't end up cutting cost in the wrong areas. So pay attention as you are making those adjustments during tough times like this. It's important to pay attention, but it's also important to know how you are dealing with these tough times, to make sure that you know how to bring in the revenue and yet cut down the cost. For example, some people may decide to sit down just because maybe the load that the loads that are on the board are not paying as much as they have been used to making money. That is something that can end up hurting you, and I will make another video about that. But that's something that can end up hurting you in the long run. So pay attention to the areas where you need to cut costs, and where you need to areas that will help you increase revenue. but be very careful when you are doing that to make sure that you are not hurting yourself. And for those of you that are, like owner operators just by yourself, you don't have a team around you, my encouragement to you is try to network and get a team of other people within the business that can help you. People, like have a maybe like mechanics, accountants, lawyers, people that can help you with the back office, dispatching, doing your compliance. These are people that you need to surround yourself with, because they are people that are like part of a team. Think of it as think of yourself as a big company. Don't just think of yourself as an owner operator, a solo owner operator. Think in terms of building a team around you, so that you can be able to, like to kind of what's the word I'm looking for? You can be able to inquire with these other people that may be handling your other aspects of the business. And that helps you, because that means that when you have an issue, you are not thinking about it by yourself, but you have a team that you've surrounded yourself around. Take advantage of your accountant. Take advantage of the person that does your compliance. Take advantage of the person that maybe handles your dispatching needs. All these other areas, have a team around you so that you're not doing business by yourself. And again, as of course, I have to put in a plug here and say that here at Driver Success Logistics, we want to be part of your team, whether it's to do with dispatching, where you need to find loads, somebody to help you find loads and dispatch you. It helps because it frees up your time. Whether you're talking about compliance issues that may arise that you need to take care of, filings and registrations, permits, those things, we want to be part of your team. So if you don't have somebody that handles, like things like that, your back office, I want to be a part of your team to help you with that stuff, dispatching, compliance, permits, registration. So just give me a call, 877 Moses 50. 877 Moses 50. That is 877 667 3750. Or you can just send me a text on the same number. You can just reach out to me via chat, whichever way, whether you want to leave a comment in the comment area, whichever way works for you. I would be glad to be part of your team. So I just want to encourage you that pay attention to how you are cutting costs and increasing your revenue. Just make sure that you don't neglect the important areas of your business. All right, friend, until next time, stay blessed and stay safe. Bye-bye.